Everyone, welcome to tutorial number 3 of our web development tutorial. In the previous tutorial, we created this field, input field for our users. This tutorial will be continue to modify to assign an ID to our elements. So first we need to open our projects. We need to navigate to the location where our project was saved. So let's click the web demo and open it to our Webmaster Lite editor. So first we need to change some ID. So I will rename this one to XML and click save. We will also put a placeholder. So we will assign a placeholder. So we need to put a placeholder will be okay. This ID table row and okay. So we will assign a placeholder. So I will put the placeholder folder. This folder will be username, and we need to save. Now if we view that to our HTML, so let's open PS Explorer and we need to go to our project htdocs and web demo. Now if we try to view the file, so we should see a placeholder username. So we just go back to our HTML lite. So represent the name, then we also want to change the ID, password, so text password. So we need to put password, ID will be text password. So confirm password will be text pass confirm. So I'm just renaming the ID of our elements. So then we also want to we can put a placeholder in our email. So placeholder will be equal to email. So just to inform the user that it must need to be this format. So the next will be okay, we can put the field of our password, so we can inform the user. So we can put a placeholder. So placeholder will be folder. Okay, so let me just let me just assign a placeholder to the input elements. So I'll just put an icon so we can know, or the user will know that it will be a password. So 28272, and it click save. Placeholder will be 128272. So confirm password and click save. So to go back to our Explorer and to our htdocs web demo, we need to see. So you can see an icon of the password. So you can see the icon before. Okay, so let me just style to our CSS. So we need to go to our CSS file. So let's open the CSS, but first I would like to rename the CSS file, so to avoid conflicts because we have the same name, register PHP and CSS. So I need to rename the CSS files. So register, I will rename to something else so it will not conflict the other files. So register user, so I will put name register user CSS. Now I will go and edit the link. So I will put register user. So we rename our CSS file so to register user, and we need also to modify the name of the host reference. Now we need to assign an ID. So put an ID, maybe T1. Save. We have also assigned the class from the form elements and also to the build sets. So I'll just try to debug if we can debug the build sets. So if you want to change the background, for example you want to put some image in the body, so we can just assign an image background image, but we need to type it manually. Background image will be maybe URL. So we need to type URL, open and close bracket. Inside we can place the reference file name, the URL. So I need to refer to the image folder, and let us try to use, for example for the background I will use this one. I will try to copy and put it here. So I will just put image folder and // and then I paste. I will paste. So we will paste so that the extension of our files is JPEG. I think it's a JPEG file, so JPEG, so GPG. So let's save. Need to put display 100%. So you can see 100%. Then Okay, if we correctly assign or refer the CSS to the PHP, then we should see that it will work. So you can see the background, so we can just open. Also we can see that we properly prepare the CSS file to HTML documents, but the problem is the backgrounds keep repeating. So what we will do is we need to get back to our so background. Let me just try to background repeat. So we need to put background repeat put equals to 1, I think. Then try to open. So let me just view. So you can see that it is redundant, so it is keep repeating and we need to fix. So background repeat none. If it will not work, we can just fix it later. So because it is redundant, so let me just open it again. So it keeps repeating. So how we can fix this problem? So we need to find a way to fix this one. So we just put display black and what you do will be margin auto, so we don't have margin. So I'm gonna try to view it again. Okay, same. So it is so you can just even remove this one and the image. Okay, so right now we will just remove the image, so we will not put some image into the body, but we will put it into the form instead, or in the table. So now we just so what we need to do, we need to style the table and the form. So I'll go to the CSS file, move down, I'll put the F1, I think. So first we need to debug that line. So red to px, and we were just checking if we can debug the form. So you can see that there is a red that symbolizes the form. Now let's do the same thing for our field. So what is the ID for our field? So the ID for our field, we need to the ID for the field will be field. So I will just style also the field. So I'll just the ID will be the field, I think. The put outline solid green to px. Okay, outline solid green to px. Then try to view it. You can see the field. So the field is covered by the form. So okay, so the field is covered. So we have to get back to the field. so the ID is build, and it is covered by the form, so that's why we cannot see. So we just remove this from the form and save, so we can see if we can debug the build set. Okay, so let us open it back. Okay, we didn't see any from the field, so didn't see the green from the field. So okay, so we just make sure that it is working. So let me just go to register PHP and build set. Okay, build set. I have to go to the build set. So build set will be, let me just assign a width and height for the build set if we can. So the 20 is not, so let me just put the width, for example, the width of 100 px. Height will also be 100 px, and save. Build is not working. So if we try to do it back, there is no decrease, and it entirely cover the whole page of the document. So the build seems to be not working, so I will just okay, the build is not working. Yes, so what if I remove this one and I will create a build set instead. So I will just change this one to build set, and just open, so we can see that the build set is decreasing, and you can see the outline green. But I think we should increase the build set. So we just put display 100% instead, or we can just leave it by default. Okay, you can leave it by default. So now if we try to open, so you can see the build set was outlined in green, and you can see the table. So let's try to debug our table. So in the register PHP, so in our table register PHP, table ID will be t1. So let me just debug the table or CSS. So I will do it, ID will be t1, and just put outline. This time we will put solid blue to px, and hopefully if we done it right, we can see that there is an outline of blue. Okay, so we can see the table. So we debug the table now. We need to put a margin to our table, so we just put a margin to our table. So margin, put margin to the left, and we need to put auto, so it will be automatically set a margin for our table, and it will automatically move in the right place. So where's the table? So the table is gone. Now we didn't see the table, so so we should replace it to margin instead of margin left. So I will just run it again. Boom, the table is gone. So what happened to our table? Okay, so it is moved to the center. So table is moved to the center, but our build set is covering the entire page, the width. So what we will do, we can decrease the size of the build set, and or we can just leave it as it is, or but let me just put the width of the build set. So immediately just put the width of the build set to, let me say, 350 px, and the height as well. The height will be also 350 or 250 px. 50 px. Save. Margin will be auto. So the margin will be auto. Now let me just put it back to our htdocs. So web demo PHP and try to view. So we see that our build set is moved at the center with the height. Now to add some padding, we can add padding to our table, and also to our we can add padding bottom to our build set. So we can just put padding, then go to bottom. So we need to add padding bottom. So let's just try to add some 10 px padding to bottom our build set. So now if we try to view it back, we should see, okay, so there's no changes because we set the width and height. Okay, so because we already fixed the size of the build set, so we cannot assign that. So okay, so we cannot, instead of adding a padding, we can just move our table. So okay, margin to margin top or margin bottom. So we can see margin bottom, margin bottom, margin bottom. So it will move a little bit. It will put a margin to the bottom, a little bit to the top. Margin bottom will be 10 px. Just try 10 px, and we need to close it again. Need to get back. So I think the time is long now, so let me just move a little bit so you can see that there's nothing happen. So okay, there's nothing happen. So what we need to do, you can just increase the size of this one by 50 px, and just remove the T1 margin bottom. We can put padding instead, padding, and we can put 10 or just 10, put 10 px. Then we need to, okay, so we just try to see if it is working now. So let me just go back to the htdocs with demo. Okay, let me just go back. So we have now seems like we add the height, so but we can also put a margin tab to our field set, so 250 or we can say 300 instead. Now we can put a margin tab, so margin tab, so will be 5% or 10%, so we can just 10% and just try to okay, so back to the htdocs with demo register PHP and see if we really work. Okay, why is not moving, right? It's not moving, so margin tab. It's not moving. Field set, so field set is not percent or 100%. Margin tab will be 100%, but the field set does not move. Okay, so it does not move. That apply to the field set. Now let's try the form. Okay, but I will remove this margin auto, so we'll just try to remove the margin auto to see if the field set will put margin to the top. So now you cannot see the field set, and we don't know where's our field set, right? Okay, the field set is really go down, so we need to, so the field set is really go down, so we need to put 10% instead, and to put margin left will be say 45%. See, let's try to okay, view it again. So see that it is right there, moving a little bit. Okay, so 45% is too much, so let's just decrease. So this is how you are going to style the in the CSS. So let me just do it again, so you can see that. Okay, so it moved, so we need to decrease a little bit so to make it look like in the center. So let me just put 33 or 32, just so we can see if it is in the center. So go back to htdocs demo PHP. So these ones look great. So now we can see the field set and the table. We also add a padding to our table. Now we gonna do in the next tutorial, we'll be add some maybe image to serve as background to our registration form. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in my next tutorial.